Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. In this video, I'll be sharing some valuable guidance on how to save taxes and establish a company in Romania. This information will be useful for individuals, legal entities, and especially for companies. If you're looking to start a business in Romania or expand your existing business, this video will provide you with the necessary information and guidance to help you establish your company and save taxes in the process. If you are new here, consider subscribing to our channel as we will cover similar topics in our upcoming videos for many more countries. Let's start by exploring the two options available for establishing a company in Romania. The first option is to emigrate to Romania, which is relatively straightforward due to the free movement agreement within the EU. If you decide to relocate or emigrate to Romania, you can take full advantage of the tax benefits available. This option is also available for non-EU citizens who wish to establish a company in Romania, and the process is usually quite simple. The second option is to establish a company in Romania from your home country. This is also possible for both EU and non-EU citizens. However, to comply with local tax office guidelines, it's important to build up the substance of the company. These guidelines are typically easy to follow. As an expert, I can tell you that more than 90% of these so-called offshore companies are established by unscrupulous agencies and providers who often get shut down within a year. These founders are typically unaware of the legal implications of their actions and fail to realize that their home country's tax office won't recognize their offshore company. Despite agency claims to the contrary, many of these companies are established in locations like Hong Kong, Cyprus, and Seychelles, without proper consideration for the necessary taxes and accounting obligations in those jurisdictions. In most cases, if you don't actually reside in these countries, such models are considered tax evasion and illegal. As a tax expert, I want to emphasize that I am unable to provide any legal or tax advice that guarantees compliance. Nevertheless, there are several instances where a Romanian company branch has been established with substance and fully approved by the tax offices in various countries, such as Germany, Austria, Spain, UK, USA, and Switzerland. Let's delve deeper into corporate taxation for companies in Romania. First and foremost, it is important to note that trade tax does not exist in Romania. Instead, companies are required to pay a profit tax of 16% on their earnings once their annual turnover exceeds €500,000. This type of taxation can also be voluntarily chosen even for smaller profits. However, there is another option that is quite attractive, especially for companies with lower turnovers. If a company has an employee and earns up to €1.5 million in a year, it can opt for a 1% tax on its turnover. Yes, you heard me right. 1% tax rate on a €1.5 million annual turnover. And it is applicable both within and outside the EU. Moreover, there is no need to hide any information as it is a legitimate taxation model. The low tax rate in Romania is designed to prevent the emigration of local companies and to attract investors. You will remember that in the beginning of the video, we touched on two methods of opening a company in Romania. Hence, for those who are interested in lower taxation after the formation of a company in Romania, note that you will enjoy a double advantage of being approved quickly by the tax office and taxed at the 1% rate if you have permanent employees in Romania and a physical office location. Note that it should not be a virtual or shared office, but one with real infrastructure such as telephone connections, fax machines, internet access, you name it. To illustrate, suppose a company has an annual turnover of €300,000. It would only need to pay 1% of its turnover as tax, which is just €3,000, making it almost negligible. This means that there's no need to make unnecessary purchases or try to deduct expenses to reduce profits. Recently, the tax on profit distributions has also been adjusted to be more tax-friendly. The dividend tax, which is the tax required to transfer profits to a private account, only needs to be paid once and at a rate of 8%. In other words, if a shareholder wants to withdraw or pay out profits from their company, they only need to pay an 8% tax rate. Establishing a company in Romania is also possible without physically traveling there. Founding agencies offer remote company formation services in just a few days. However, it is important to note that the process still requires 2 appointments with a notary public. These can be made in the shareholder's home country. but a state-approved interpreter must accompany the shareholder during these appointments. The notarial documents also need to be apostilled, which requires additional costs and can be time-consuming. At GoEU, we have extensive experience and a broad network that has enabled us to engage a highly qualified lawyer with notarial authority. With their assistance, we can offer remote company formation services that eliminate the need for travel and allow for digital transactions, including notary appointments. This service is unique and is only provided by us at GoEU. You won't find a service as effective as ours in your country or even in Romania. However, there are two potential issues to consider. Firstly, opening a bank account remotely or through a proxy is not possible with most banks. To establish a company, a local bank account is mandatory, but this can only be done by physically being present in Romania. Secondly, while most formation agencies can help with company formation, they don't offer a company address or a virtual office, which is essential to operate under a specific address in Romania. This is because Romania does not allow mailbox companies that use a single address for hundreds of registered companies. Setting up a company in Romania can be challenging due to bureaucratic procedures, although the country has a low tax rate and personnel costs. It is best to avoid traveling twice to Romania for incorporation and account opening. The most convenient and straightforward approach is to establish the company remotely, and then travel to Romania once to collect the original documents and open the bank account on the spot with the help of an authorized tax advisor or accountant. Even this second trip can be avoided by granting power of attorney to one of our employees, who can open the bank account in your name at your local notary. So there you have it, guys, the ins and outs of setting up a company in Romania. If you're interested in saving taxes or opening up a business there, we've got all the info you need in the video description. So go ahead and check it out, and don't forget to leave us a comment with your thoughts and questions.